Back here at home, Metro Police are monitoring the attacks but say there is no credible threat to Las Vegas. But there are still concerns over the dangers posed by trains in the valley because of hazardous chemicals they carry. Patrick Walker joins us live to explain what changes have been made after an incident nearly 10 years ago. Patrick.
Well, Paula, after that incident, a study found that this stretch of track here through the valley is a very vulnerable target when you talk about an attack. But the Union Pacific Railroad disagrees. They say the line is safe, but we still found some areas of concern.
It's just a cool spot. Watch the trains.
For avid train watchers Mike Solis and Robert Bach, the fact that they can get this close to watch the trains is both cool and scary.
Anyone could just walk up to them and sabotage them if they wanted to.
Anything. It's scary, it's so close too. How far are we from the strip?
The access to the tracks, part of an I-Team investigation into railroad safety in 2008, triggered by a runaway chlorine tanker car a year before. Railroad officials were among those who called 911 as the car barreled down the tracks.
We just had a runaway rail car, and we believe it's loaded with chlorine.
Our I-Team report revealed from a UNLV study that if that car would have derailed, it could have killed up to 90,000 people. The Union Pacific Railroad runs right up the heart of the valley, past the Strip and right through downtown Las Vegas, past hospitals, government headquarters, and hotels. UP increased the speed limit on this section of the line to 60 miles per hour after 2 years and millions of dollars in safety upgrades. What are some of the things that Union Pacific does to ensure that the rail lines are safe?
Well, we're continuously reaching out to the communities in which we operate and trying to get them knowledgeable, about the railroad and the safety issues.
The railroad has cameras and police at its rail yard near Blue Diamond and Jones. The tracks themselves have received $28 million in upgrades and are supposed to be regularly patrolled by railroad police. And the rail yard itself was moved several miles away from the Strip. Improvements, these two residents hope, will mitigate a future tragedy. Well, it's not perfect, but Union Pacific is quick to point out that railroads are the least likely, or the safest rather, modes of transportation for both services and goods. And we have seen, however, Paula, that in recent years, train derailments do happen. So it remains to be seen if something does happen along this stretch of railroad.
Patrick, has the county weighed in on this?
I did get a chance to briefly speak with the hazmat coordinator for Clark County. He says that with all of the upgrades that they've had recently in the last several years, they are more and more comfortable, and a real big part of that, actually, not just the upgrades. He says that less of those chemicals are actually moving through the valley because more businesses and more companies are switching to safer alternatives.
Thanks, Patrick.